currency. I know people think it's money. It's really trust. And the thing about the creator class is they are looking the consumer, their follower, their fan in the eye every day. Like literally, think about how many times a creator looks squarely at the green dot in the camera above the camera that an actor doesn't look into the camera eye. They're looking adjacent to whoever their co-star is. There is trust when someone looks you in the eye because they talk about the eyes and its level of honesty. That is dynamic rapport building, almost intrinsically. That's what makes us sort of sentient beings as humans. That is so powerful. And when you can leverage the world's currency of trust by looking them in the eye, looking them straight through the camera, that is always a relationship possibility for monetization. It's very hard to assume you're going to make money off people looking the other direction. That is not a thing. And that is at the basics of human instincts. And I think what Hollywood has to understand is that notion right there is almost unbeatable. I mean, it's very tribal to look into the eyes of people who run the dominance hierarchy and have trust in what they are saying and telling you or teaching you or bestowing upon you. And that is as symbolic as a pastor looking out to the congregation and looking at members of the church on the front pew, or turning to the co-pastor, looking them in the eye and delivering a statement, and the other person giving the affirmation that I hear you, I feel you. Like, this isn't complex. That is what human nature has always been, that Hollywood has never felt the need to acknowledge because it was kind of printing money. Blank checks to make films, and then we can create the audiences that will show up either from an appointment-style TV, because we control the supply and can force the demand, and the same thing with putting things into movie theater context. But in a new world era, creators looking the person in the eye at every single turn of content, and then getting immediate feedback, and then making adjustments in real time. And most adjustments are made at during breaks. You know, in sports, it's at halftime. So many things in competitive terms, it's in a break. But creators make it every time they put out the next narrative. That is inherently powerful. In Hollywood, people make the corrections in the second film, and usually the second film sucks. So they don't make the connection until they get to the third film in terms of what people want. Now just think about the difference in that. And that those are gaps in those films. It could be 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, versus making the corrections in an immediate feedback loop. Like, that's staggering to compete with.